Previously on Trails in the Sky. Wow, this tower's really tall.
It seems there are a number of other towers like this in Liberal. They all seem to have been built around the time that the Liberal Kingdom was founded. According to my sources, it's some sort of ancient device, although nobody seems to know what exactly it's used for. Has everyone heard of the Septarians before? Approximately 1,200 years ago, when this ancient civilization was destroyed by a mysterious calamity, these Septarians were also lost. It seems these ancients ruled the earth, seas, and skies using the power of these treasures.
One of these treasures was the Oriole, the shining ring. If it's true that it really existed and was no mere myth, do you realize what it could mean for the country?
The real issue is that we really don't know the significance of what happened underground. We can only guess at what effect breaking the seal will have, and what the purpose of that Oriole is. That's a puzzle that absolutely must be solved.
Adios, that was one heck of a trip. If it's much further, I think my legs are gonna pop off. Well, you can relax now. This is the lowest floor of the sealed area. Wait, really? Ah, thank the goddess. If you told me we were only halfway down, I think I'd be floating off to meet her right about now. Really, Father Kevin, you're being a little too humble. I can tell you're extremely well trained for a priest. If you were not, I doubt you could do the job you do. Ah, kazing! Read like a book. A children's book at that. Well, it's no big if you figured it out. We're close to the von Ostless family anyway. Oh, speaking of my job, that thing the mayor of Rouen had. Ah, the Kronos Rod. In accordance with our pact, it's been kept safely secured using the prescribed methods. We can hand it off to you whenever you wish. Perfect, thanks. So anyway, the thing we discussed earlier, mind showing it to me? It's down here, right? Yes, follow me. Well, now would you look at this? I imagine even the church will have difficulty deciding what to do with this, yes? This sort of artifact isn't so much big as it is gargantuan. You mind if I take a closer look? As you like. The Queen has given her permission. Please, if you understand any of this, share your thoughts. So this is the Ring Guardian that was in the report, huh? It's kind of similar to that robot excavated in Calvert, but, wish I could have seen it moving. And this. This thing's an artifact from the last years of the ancient Zemurian civilization, which makes it at least 1,200 years old. It's clearly the core of the structure, but there's no clear indication as to what it actually does. Analysis of artifacts seems to be impossible with modern tools. They work on the same principle in energy as an orbment, but their internal structure is entirely different from an orbment's. That's what Professor Russell told us, at least. The church refers to these as gifts from the goddess given too early. And over here is... So just after the black orbment you called the gospel was used, all the giant pillars that were in here were set into the floor? Yes, all 4 pillars set into the floor, like this one. Even 2 months later, we're not even sure what it means, if anything. Okay, so a seal on the Oriole, a gospel was used, and then the device in here spoke of device towers and a second barrier? I think I'm starting to see what kind of system is at work here. System? What system? There's nothing else here. Well, call it a gut instinct at this point, but I think this was some sort of gate. Gate? Bingo! Call it a gate on the trail that leads to the goddess's treasure. And the thing that opens it is a black key called a gospel. If you think about it like that, the Oriole being AWOL makes a lot of sense. But where's this trail of yours, then? This is the lowest floor. According to the professor, the ruins extend no further. Think a little less literally. It's not a trail you see with your eyes or normally walk. It could be the septium veins that run through the earth. Or maybe it's some route we can't even imagine. But that's where we'll find a clue that will lead to the Oriole.
Phew. Being on an airship for over half a day is quite tiring, right? I know how to stretch our legs though. Let's go report the completion of our training and duty readiness. Estelle, hello? Oh yeah, you're right, we should go say hi to Elnon. Hey, are you? Estelle, you've got a case of the nerves, don't you? Yeah, I do. I don't know why though. I didn't feel this way at all before I went to training, but now, somehow thinking that I'm really going to be a full bracer now is making me really antsy. I get it. You're trembling with excitement, I bet. Excitement? You've grown way stronger over this past month, Estelle. And not just in, like, the whacking stuff with the stick department. You're more knowledgeable, careful, and you make better judgments. And now you're about to start hunting down the mystery creepos who want to doom us all for whatever. And you're gonna bring Joshua back. I bet that's only just now sinking in for you. Yeah, when you put it that way, that is how I'm feeling. I'm such a dimwit. I'm like a mountain climber who didn't even bother looking up how big the mountain before her is. Having second thoughts about climbing it? No way. If anything, I'm even more fired up now than I used to be. No matter how big a mountain is, you can only climb it one step at a time anyway. Even if I have to crawl, I'll reach the top no matter what. That's more like it. Okay, are we gonna head over to the guild? Let's go.
I see, the both of you have done well. Well then, here's your reward, based on your performance during training.
Huh? We get paid for training? Not that I'll complain, but are you sure?
Naturally, it is a part of your job after all. It won't be a problem so long as you put your new skills to good use for the guild.
Right. I'll do my best.
It does seem like you two had a quite fulfilling training period. You even carry yourselves differently.
It was. I learned a lot. If I ever get the chance, I'd love to go again.
I'm glad to hear it. Speaking of which, Kurt and the others remained at the training grounds, correct?
Yeah, Karna and Grant are doing some expert level stuff, I think. They said they won't be back for a while. I think I get what Elnon is poking at, though. The guild's down 3 full-skilled bracers now. We're gonna be really busy from now on. And on top of that, Cassius is still devoting all his time to the military, right? Oh yeah. If I remember right, he's currently working out at Lyston Fortress.
Cassius Brigadier General Bright has been welcomed back into the army and is now the head of military command. He's essentially the head of Her Majesty's Royal Army at this point.
What? He's the head of the army now? I thought General Morgan had that position.
As I understand it, that was the original idea, but Morgan himself proposed giving Cassius full reign. He seems to be entrusting the future of the army to your father, Estelle.
The future? Entrusted to Dad? Well, we're doomed then. Well, I can see Cassius being given that much responsibility, you know? That's gonna mean we're down our S-rank hero too, though.
I think it's safe to say we'll have plenty of support from the military from now on. However, at the same time, we have new threats to concern ourselves with.
Huh? Right, you mean society. Did they start to do stuff while we were away?
No, they've done nothing obvious, but that is admittedly how they work. What has happened are several strange occurrences over the past month. One example would be the changes in the wild beasts and monsters in various regions.
The monsters have changed? Do you mind defining change, Elnon? I hope it isn't what I think it is.
To start with, heretofore undocumented types of monsters are showing up all across the country. Even the existing monsters have become far more vicious and powerful. Travel has become significantly more dangerous. No one has been able to put forward an explanation as to why this is happening.
So every beastie out there is a nastier just cause? Oh man. It's definitely the society's doing. They're trying to turn us all into monster kibble.
Calm yourself, Analace. We still don't have enough evidence to be certain of anything. We do know one thing, though. Things definitely began happening after the Queen's birthday celebrations. That we know for certain. The first reports came in practically the day after.
Aw, crap.
Don't look so glum. We've actually been formulating a response of sorts, and I'd very much like for the two of you to be a part of it.
A response?
You two are here already. I wanted to meet you at the port.
Shara. And Agate, too. This is, a surprise?
Welcome back, you two. It's good to see you. You two got back sooner than I thought.
I'm really happy to see you too, Shara. And Agate, hi. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, I think the last time we saw each other was during the Queen's birthday shindig. The old man told me about Joshua, you know. I've heard you were pretty broken up over it, but you seem back on your feet already, yeah?
Yeah, mostly. More to the point, though, why are you two together? Good question. I should get a camera. This is like seeing a king penguin.
Oh, really? It isn't that rare, you two.
Gotta admit, we don't work together that often, Sherazard.
Actually, Sherazard and Agate are here to begin a special mission. I asked them to come here today for a specific reason.
A mission?
Indeed, they will be tasked with investigating the Society of Ouroboros.
What? Wait, like chasing down their agents and stuff? Isn't that dangerous?
I wish it was that exciting. Investigating might be a little too specific, though. We're barely even certain the Society exists at this point, you realize, despite what Cassius says.
We're gonna be wandering all across Liberal, keeping an eye out for anything resembling a secret society bent on world domination. This is probably not gonna be the most exciting job ever, is the point.
Oh, I get it. I guess groping around in the dark is the best we can do for now. So I'm guessing you want us to tag along?
Yes, I'd like to assign the two of you to assist Sherazard and Agate. The plan is to have Shara and Agate investigate different areas separately. I'd like for them to have a partner, though, just in case the society really is as dangerous as we think it is.
Okay, so one of us helps Shara, and the other helps Agate?
Exactly. Are you willing to assist?
You bet we are. I was gonna look for the society on my own anyway, so this is perfect. I want to help too. There's no way I could just sit around when there's suspicious stuff going on.
Thank you. I'm glad we have the help. Well then, the one remaining hurdle will be team formation. I'd be fine with either of you, really.
We all know each other, basically. You two figure out how it'll work out best.
Of course you push the decision onto us. What do you think, Analace? How should we do this?
Well, this might be kind of irresponsible of me, but I think it'd be best if you decide to stop.
What?
You've only been a full bracer for a little while, right? You probably haven't found your style as a bracer yet. So how about using this as a chance to see what kind of bracer you want to be?
Analace.
Well, look at you, Analace. When did you learn to talk like a professional?
Leave it to me.
Either way, girl's got a point. Shara and I are the same rank, but the way we fight are different. I barely use arts except for support once in a while. I focus more on cutting things down with my sword.
And I emphasize speed, the range of my whip, and orbital arts. You can't really go wrong with either of us, I think. Keep in mind that being a bracer involves much more than just fighting, though. Think hard and choose the partner you think matches you best.
Well, then
Alright then. Just keep in mind you're a full bracer now. I ain't gonna go easy on you. Hope you're ready.
Yeah, I know. I kind of thought you might say something macho like that.
What?
Come on now. Starting off with an argument is probably not the best way to begin this trip. Anyway, that will make Analace and me the other team. I'm looking forward to seeing how your training turned out.
Heck yeah. It feels like forever since we worked together, Shara.
So with that out of the way, the next step is figuring out how we're gonna wander the country looking for shadows.
Any thoughts, Elnon? Possibly. I would suggest beginning by going to help the regions with the busiest branches. In fact, I just received pleas for aid from the Ruan and Roland branches today. Rather desperate sounding ones at that. That sounds just lovely. I suppose I've been away from Roland for too long. I'd best go help Ina.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. It's been a while since we've seen Ina too. This'll be fun.
We'll head to Ruan then. You're cool with that, right, Estelle?
Of course. Man, I wonder how everyone in Ruan is doing.
I'll contact the branches ahead of your arrival. Be careful, everyone. Okay, we'll get a bit of an early start then. Estelle, you just gotten back too. I'm sorry we couldn't spend more time together.
Me too. It sounds like Ina and Roland really need some help too, though. Be sure to say hi to everyone for me.
You got it. Estelle, I'm sure you're fine, but don't fret yourself to loose ends, alright?
Shara.
My tarot tells me that the bond between you and Joshua has not been severed. Yet. So, don't worry. Believe in your connection to him. Follow it and your trail will be clear. I know it.
Yeah. Thanks, Shara. I feel a lot braver now.
Come on now, don't make that face. You're a full bracer, remember? Be proud of yourself.
Right, I am. So, Estelle, guess this is goodbye for now then. Analace, thanks for going with me on my training. Shara asked you to come along with me, right? I've been found out like a pie thief in the night. Shara said having someone who didn't know Joshua too well around would help you sort out your feelings. So yeah, she asked me. I thought so. But don't tell her everything. What's wrong with being upfront at this point, right? But the real truth is, it wasn't just that. I did want to train myself too. And I really do think I learned a lot by training with you, Estelle. So I've got to say it too. Thank you. Analace. Okay, deep breaths. I know you might think I'm weird for saying this, but... Huh? I like to think we're already friends, but, well... I'd like it if you and me, Estelle, if we became something more. What? What? Are you saying what I think you're saying? No, don't try to stop me, Shara. I'm serious. I'm absolutely sure about this. Serious? Oh my.
Really? Right here? In public? You've got to be freaking kidding me.
I know I'm a couple years older than you, Estelle, but we've totally spent about the same amount of time in the guild. And you know what? Age difference doesn't matter when it comes to something like this. So, what do you think? I'm really happy, and I think my heart is racing out of my chest, but this is kind of a surprise to say the least. Besides, there's Joshua, and there's kind of some issues on a couple fronts, or more than a couple, or rather, I don't, Joshua? What does he have to do with all this? And what problems would there be on a couple fronts if we become rivals? Rivals? Yeah, we're about the same age, about equal in skill level. I thought it'd help us both try to reach even higher, but you don't actually like the idea, do you? That's what you meant. Okay.
As unpredictable as always, I see. Not quite the punchline I was expecting.
Punchline? Well, if that's what you meant. Alright then. I, Estelle Bright, hereby recognize you as my rival, Analace Delphine. Consider the gauntlet thrown in your face, even. Sweet. Alright, step 1. A race to see which of us can reach Agate and Shara's level first. Bring it, Sword Brain. I'll leave you eating my bracer point dust.
Oh boy. I do believe we are in some amount of peril, my good Mr. Crosner.
Heh, seriously. Nothing scarier than a couple kids charging straight ahead.
This is the final boarding call for the Cecilia, bound for Roland. All passengers, please embark immediately.
That's us, I'm afraid.
Well then, you two, stay safe.
We'll contact you through the guild should we find anything. Keep in touch with us as well.
Will do.
See ya, Analace. Shara, stay safe. Yeah, good luck, Estelle. Okay then. Should we finish our check-in and wait for the next Ruan-bound flight?
Yeah, the ship bound for Ruan ought to get here soon enough. Sure you don't want to do some shopping or something, though? Been a month.
I wouldn't mind hitting the department store, but... Are you sure you wouldn't mind, Agate?
I'm easy, really. Guys just charge into things without any planning, you see. Girls are the one who actually bother preparing and whatnot. I'd say choose what you think is important.
Okay. Well, to be honest, I can get what I need in Ruan. Let's just get our tickets.
Works for me. Tickets should be sold in the lobby of the airship company building.
Let's go. What? Really, this is why I cannot stand the pompous imperial nobility. And I thought there were limits to how unpleasant a single person could be.
Ha! You took the words right from my mouth. Tell me, why does the Republic even care about the engine provision deal? I did not think liberals' internal politics were your plaything.
It's a matter of international security, of course. It's only been a decade since Arabonia attempted to annex this innocent little country. It is absolutely unacceptable for a half-barbaric nation like yours to lay their hands on such cutting-edge technology. The Republic is a long-standing friend of liberal. We won't stand back and allow something that will threaten its interests.
Long-standing friend? Some friends you are. You don't send them so much as a soldier in the war. You're just pretending to be allies when it suits you, while standing back and doing nothing when it doesn't. What did you just...
My Lord Ambassador Krenag, may I suggest we leave the matter here? We do not wish to bother the other customers.
But Mueller,
Ambassador, may I ask that you back down as well? This is a debate that could be handled just as well through the embassies.
Very well. I can't say I like hearing that from a member of the Imperial military. Still, far better than hearing it from the pompous and gluttonous member of the nobility, I suppose.
What did you just...
Well, gentlemen, if you'll pardon me.
That insufferable she-wolf. This is why commoners with no history and tradition are...
My lord?
Yes. I shall return to the embassy. I trust I can leave the other matter in your hands.
As you will, my lord.
Hiya.
Ah, Estelle, yes? Spent some time since your, help during the festival, I believe.
Yeah, I'm glad you remember. That was one heck of an argument just now, though. Who are those two, and why are they going at each other like a cat and dog?
The man was the ambassador of the Erebonian Empire to Liberal, Lord Davil Cranach. The woman would be the ambassador from the Republic of Calvert, Elsa Cochrane. They head up their respective embassies here in the capital.
Oh, I see.
Awful damn childish for a couple of ambassadors. Can those two really do their jobs?
Agate?
I wish I could disagree, honestly. To say that the Empire and the Republic have always been on bad terms would be an understatement at the best of times. And on top of that, those two are like oil and water on a personal level. Well, no, the fact that they break into an argument every time they meet shows how similar they are in some ways.
I guess I can see that. Though maybe it's because I walked into the middle of the conversation, but I couldn't understand like half of that. Something about engine provision and liberal internal politics? Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have asked.
No, I don't mind. It's not really a secret anyway. The engine in question is actually the latest from your own central factory. Once the design is finalized, sample units are to be provided by your airship company to the Empire and Republic both. But we bumped into Ambassador Cochrane while we came by to finalize the details of the deal.
Oh, I get it. Why the big argument about the engine then?
An orbital ship's engine is what determines what a ship can really do. Since you can install them in military ships, you usually don't just hand them out like candy.
Now I get it. It'd be a real mess if that engine let the Imperial Army get all powered up. Well, I mean...
Not at all, it's true. Normally sharing such advanced technology with other countries so freely would be unthinkable. But this is a part of your queen's plan. Rather than monopolizing a technological edge, she wishes to provide it to other countries to promote multinational peace. At least, that's her plan as I understand it.
I get it. She did mention something like that a while ago, now that I think about it. It's pretty incredible that the Queen is willing to try something like that. Like, it's not an ideal, you know? It's something that could really help change how people negotiate.
Yes, you have reason to be proud of your queen, I'd say. My apologies, but this conversation has gone on longer than I'd intended. You're here for air tickets, yes? I'll pardon myself here.
Oh, yeah. Say, Mueller, about Olivier. Has he gone back to Erebonia already?
What? Have you not heard?
I haven't really had a chance to see him since the Queen's birthday celebrations, actually. I felt kind of bad about that.
Oh, don't worry. That halfwit is continuing to while away his days here in Liberal. He said he's going to visit Elmo Springs, if I remember right.
Okay, then. Yeah, that sounds like Olivier, all right.
Should he ever bother returning to the embassy like a responsible citizen, unlikely as that is, I'll let him know you were asking after him. I'll make sure he at least contacts you before he returns to the Empire.
Thanks, Mueller.
Hardly. I should thank you for keeping that lunatic company. Now, if you'll excuse me.
That's one hell of a stiff military type for a friend of that golden-haired boy. Who is he?
Mueller's the resident military officer for the Erebonian embassy, I think. I've only ever met him a few times myself.
Well built, and he made sure to not leave himself open at any point in our chat. A well-trained dog of the military, and hiding some sharp fangs to boot.
There you go again. He does seem like he's really strong, though.
I don't trust any Imperials, and that includes Blondie. It seems like he talked to Cassius about something, but who knows what his plan is, what with staying so long.
I guess that's a good point. Although Olivier may be weird, but I can't think of him as a bad guy. Even Mueller doesn't seem all that malevolent, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get over to the counter and get our tickets.